Okay, we are recording. Chris, thank you for taking the opportunity to talk to me. I really appreciate it. So I've just got two questions for you. First off, as a filmmaker, what are your opinions on George Lucas's tinkering with the films, aka the Star Wars special editions?
You know, it's kind of two-sided. I can kind of see why he would change them. I personally, as a fan of Star Wars, did not care for the changes.
Okay.
It was almost a little disrespectful to some of the actors, like Clive Revel, I believe how you pronounce his name, the voice of the Emperor. They took him out. They put Ian McDiarmid in, but it makes more sense that Ian McDiarmid's voice is in there.
Right.
There's so many different little changes that, like the Han shot first thing, it kind of changed the storyline. I think he should have maybe focused on making 7, 8, and 9 back then instead of tinkering with old movies, you know?
Okay.
But I understand it because I have not made as many films as George, and I don't want to compare myself to George, even though he's been a huge inspiration to me. I can kind of see why he went back and changed them. So it's kind of a matter of opinion, really. I think it was George that actually said, might have been George that said, projects are never finished.
Right.
They're abandoned.
Abandoned.
And you know, I live by the philosophy that there's a movie you write, there's a movie you shoot, and there's a movie you edit. And I think you have to just kind of let that go, and then your next project, you can kind of do what you didn't get a chance to achieve before.
Right.
You know? So, but that's my take on the changes.
Okay. Well, my second question is again, as a filmmaker, has there ever been any of the things that you've done that you've wished that you could have gone back and touched on? I think you kind of answered that with what you just said.
Every project I work on is so nerve-wracking. As a filmmaker, I think it's very, very challenging to have the idea in your head, write it down on paper, script it out, make an outline, whatever, and then shoot it, because you're going off on what's in your head, and sometimes your imagination or your ideas, they look a lot different on camera, you know, and I always try to achieve too much. So I try to get my crew, who's me and 2 other guys, to do what a 40-man crew would do. And the expectations are very hard to meet that way. So, but at the end, it's all about getting the film out, getting it finished, you know. If you tinker with it too much, it'll sit on the shelves for years, you know. So I think it's very, very important to kind of get it done, walk away from it, start the next project. Like I said, if you fail on what you try to achieve, helps you grow.
Right,
keep
learn
raising
from their
the bar
mistakes.
for myself. And some filmmakers do that. Some filmmakers in Hollywood, they just take a paycheck at the end of the day. I don't know if they really raise the bar higher and higher and higher, you know. So it's kind of complicated, and it's a challenge all the time, you know, to go from one process to the other.
Right. Certainly. Well, hey, I really appreciate your time here. I'm going to go ahead and stop the video.
Cool, man.